Hey guys, Wolvie here with a video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global for the 26th of August 2020. So this is going to be part 1 of 2 because there is going to be quite a bit to go over in part 2 as it is in part 1. So with that, any opinion in this video is going to be my opinion only, aka the usual disclaimer. And for part 1, I'm going to go over, I'm going to show you guys a few things here and there that came along post-maintenance that I was really surprised they came out global when they did. So with that bit out of the way, part 2 should be either later on tonight or tomorrow morning, or actually not tomorrow morning, but sometime tomorrow. So with that, I will meet you all at the home screen. Okay, so I am back. So before I go into the post-maintenance before I go into the post-maintenance information, there are a few things I do want to show you. So we're going to go into the quest. So we're not going to do a proper battle here, but I just want to show you guys something. I was kind of taken aback by, but not in a bad way. So we're just going to do a mock daily token foray. I'm going to show you guys a little something that's really neat. So you'll notice here that my score here is at 1,927,000. So in the past, we know that the top score, quote-unquote, is 999,999. So, with that, we do know that the score cap has been lifted. And I just want to show this off really quickly. I'm like, wow, this came to global early. So, it does appear, in my opinion, that global is closing in on JP with varying content. So with that, we're going to jump into another aspect here, and I'll just show this off really quickly. So you notice here that the cycle quest, it has been renewed. So you see here 3 instead of 6, and we're not going to do a full-blown battle, but it is 100 gems per part of the cycle quest. So you have your 300 gems, and you're going to multiply that 300 times 7, because we do have 7 cycle quests. You see here no cycle quest keys, so it's a grand total of 2,100 gems there. Now regarding the player missions, we're going to go into that real quickly as well. So let's see here, received. So we have here the 3 we have here the new player missions are there, so we have that now. So with that, we're going to jump straight into the home screen because there is information there that is worth noting. So again, this is part 1. We're going to go into the event schedule right away because I'm not wasting any time. So we have here the information for the burst weapon. So Vaughn is confirmed. The question mark is Noctis. So we have here the other events, and I like the way this is really organized. So you have your Act 2 Chapter 10, this is Gabrith, and as a friendly reminder, Act 2 Chapter 10 is the final chapter in the main story, where the chapter comes out all at once. So you have here Abyss Perfectum Strata 1, and you also have Strata 2 and Strata 3. These are about 4 days apart, which I like. Then you have here the Lost Chapter for Makuta. You also have your Heretic Quest, which again has varying reworks as well as Vaughn's burst weapon. And then you also have here the World of Illusions Ultimate Odin. You also have here Tier 15 of Dimensions and Entropy. You also have here the Lost Chapter for Bosch, the global debut of a 9th Final Fantasy Type 0. And you have here more of the main story. It says Act 2 Finale Part 1. This is Act 2 Chapter 11 Part 1. This is the global debut of Arden for Final Fantasy 15. He's coming out with his full kit. 1535 EX, LD, and Burst Weapon. This will have a rework for Maria. Now what I'm going to say here right now, just do not quote me. I had to double check. And this should be a character enhancement board for Lilith set for Final Fantasy 11. for the sole reason that Lilith said will join Maria and Arden as synergy. Now, the whole thing with Renoa, I will not include her LD and rework here, although there is a bit of a speculation on that, because with Act 2, Chapter 11, there's also there's a raid going on as well, so with Renoa's LD and rework, it will depend on the whole thing regarding the, what's coming out along, when Act 2, Chapter 11, Part 1 comes along. So, and this is in all fairness, for the sole reason, I just don't want to confirm things. They are not 100% confirmed. So we do know that with Arden, however, he comes out with his entire kit. Maria does get her rework, alongside her EX realization. Now we're going to go into the known issues. So we do have some stuff that came along after the update. So we have all this information here. So this is just one of those, pause the video to take a screenshot. And it's a bit of a mouthful, so I'm not even going to say it. Now we're going to go into the game update. So this is the other information here. So we have here the Cycle Quest renewal information, which is for now. Then we have here the following information for the item exchange. The character lines into the item exchange, the gem shop, reset wave during battle, and then you have here the adjustments for the HP and brave attacks, along with the support ability order. So we're going to go into this real quickly. This is support ability order, so you have all this stuff here. You have here pattern A, and then you also have pattern B. It depends on what you want to do with your support units. Because pattern A is your standard order, pattern B is the other order. Now we're going to go back into the game update because I'm not so sure why they did not have that back button. Now you have here the Sphere Refinery, so a bit more information on that. Now this is the information about removing spheres. Now you notice here that the sphere here, the refined sphere, is a little bit, it looks a little bit different, and it is less potent than the standard spheres. And this is the way you can obtain the sphere's fragments. Now the sphere fragments, these are treated as the same as your tokens from varying events. Now here's the thing I do want to point out here, and I'm glad I kind of stopped here, is that you notice here they point out, it looks like this is Lena's C-Sphere, HP heal, initial all shorter. Now you notice here that the tier 4, tier 5 shards are of the whites here, this particular still, and this is where I can 100% confirm, is that when it comes down to the crystals needed, the tier 4 to tier 5, is that it pertains to the character it's usually associated with. Meaning that here, you see here the D-Sphere, like that's right underneath it. You may want to pause the video, take a screenshot to, zoom in on it. So it's going to be, so the crystals you need, tier 4 to tier 5, are tied to the character it's usually with. Now the thing here is that when it comes to the Sphere Refinery, the Sphere Fragments, these are treated as if they were the tokens, so you have a limited amount of time to use them, and you might as well be careful when you use them. Now, the whole thing with the locked slot, it is the same thing as from before. You might as well have the 90 CP armor fully realized and at 3 out of 3 maxed out. So, with that, what do I think about some of the information thus far? So, this is not going to be too long of a video, but part 2 is going to be the longer one of the two. So, with the gems coming from the renewed cycle quest, alongside the new player rewards, some people might start to feel that Global might be getting a little more stingy. Now, how I feel about that, I'm a day one Global player, and I'll be completely honest, I'm not surprised. And this is because Global is starting, to follow JP a little bit more closely. Now, with some of the stuff that came to Global much earlier than expected, I'm like, again, this is why I'm not surprised, because Global will do whatever they want whenever they want. And the whole thing with the score cap, I'm like, okay, I'll take it, and I was happy. With that being said, though, I do feel, though, still to this day, that Global is closing in on JP regarding variant content, and I also feel that Global will be more pay-to-play friendly in the sense of the time that Global does fully catch up with JP, because Global will no longer have the foresight it once had if it does happen. So again, I will be going right now. I do have an appointment a little later on this afternoon, so I'm done for now. With Wolvie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.